say my thoughts real quick. I personally think Blake Lively grew up in a very privileged lifestyle. I think she wasn't getting her way, and she is used to people tiptoeing around her and treating her a certain way. And Justin Baldoni, I don't think, realized how much care he needed to use when working with her. And I think she is perceiving things in a way that Justin Baldoni had no intention of coming across the way that she's perceiving things. And I think she is taking advantage of real victims. Now, I want to say, I don't think this about most victims. I myself was a victim of sexual abuse as a teenager. I think civil lawsuits can be a great way to get compensation to a victim if criminal charges are not available for whatever reason. I think, the victim can pay for therapy. The victim can, the victim can maybe have less stress in their life by not having to worry as much about money, and if they have anxiety issues or trauma. Anyhow, so overall, I believe Blake Lively is really doing a disservice to actual victims. I'm not saying Justin Baldoni's perfect or a saint, but I think she didn't provide context, and thankfully Justin Baldoni has text messages, and he should be able to provide more context, which he already has. And I think the breast pumping is a great example of how she can turn a possible misunderstanding that was unintentional into something nefarious. Justin Baldoni is asked to come and do lines with her. She tells him she's pumping and to come on down. I can totally see why you would take that as, okay, she doesn't care if I'm in there while she's pumping. Another thing is, somebody like Blake Lively is going to have access to all the latest pumping equipment. Everything you can imagine. So there are a lot of discrete pumping, apparatuses that you can use where you see nothing. I worked as a nurse for over a decade, and there would be nurses that would be pumping while they were working. So this idea that you're just sitting out there with your tatas out while you're pumping, that's not necessarily true. And apparently she was like breastfeeding all over the set. So you're not giving off this vibe that you have this problem with people being around you breastfeeding. Now, I can understand if people are just barging in at any time and you have no idea someone's coming, but that did not seem to be the case.